just your neighborhood babe.
No!
Some of y'all from Instagram watching this, probably terrified. As you can see, I'm a natural beauty. I was born this way. I didn't ask to be this beautiful. It just happened. It's truly a miracle that I can look good because I look like a troll in real life. I'm here, honestly, just to give hope. These glasses make my eyes super beady. Hi. Scary. No one should see that, but boys are probably terrified. Girls are shook. Yes, there's hope for you ladies out there who look like this. First step is circle lenses. Next step is doing your hair. I like to wear a wig because I don't know what happened, but after I gave birth, my hair exploded in white hairs. Does anyone know why? As some of you know, I was living in Korea. I just got my hair chemically treated all the time. It was super cheap there and they did a really good job. It's called like a magic straight. I was born with a huge fro. I had it well into my 20s, so I just do 2 pigtails. So I have this old sky high, and it's great because it blends in, and it has like a grip. It has like the sticky grip. So I just do it at about eye level, and then I tuck it back down. Next is this beautiful baby. Honestly, this wig is like way too pricey. But it's beautiful wig. It's been like 2 years and it's still the best quality wig that I have. Sadly, as time goes by, the lace, I have like a dinosaur forehead, so the lace will slowly stretch out here. So I like to put a little bit of glue, even in daily use. These lights, guys, YouTubing is such a hard thing. I just put a really, really thin layer of Ghost Bond. I'll just let that dry while I put on primer. The eyelids. Do you ever feel like you never know what you're doing? Next up is brows. I just use a clear soap. While my brows are drying, I'm gonna start my eyes. I just use a powdered foundation. Having hooded eyes is why I actually got into Korean makeup. Next, I get some blush. That's my transition shade. I just go kind of crazy because it's very similar to my skin color. I just like to blend out with the powder foundation that I used. Next, I use Pat McGrath's Divine eyeshadow palette. Guys, it's so dirty. Pat McGrath doesn't deserve this. It's eyelash glue. That was so nasty. I like to use the dark brown eyeshadow. I don't know what I'm doing, but I just do that to add a little depth, and I keep it on the outer V. Just blend her out. So in Korean makeup, it tends to be a little bit, you keep the eye shape a little cuter. So it's not so much about keeping it like, bella headed. It's more downturned and, puppy-like. Next, I like to use this beautiful, beautiful pink shade. Put that sucker on here. Blend it out. I put it a little bit here. In Korean, it's called aegyosa. I don't know really what it's called in English, but so I like to get my eyes super sparkly. So I use 2 different sparkles. First one is Stila. Slide into the tear duct. A tiny bit here. Next, we use, oh my gosh guys, if you don't know 3CE, they have this amazing chunky glitter. I'll just put it right under here. Guys, this pen by Tom Ford, it is definitely really pricey, but it's lasted me more than a year now, and I use it pretty often. And it doesn't really bleed that much. So for the tip, American makeup tends to go up, but in Korean makeup they tend to go more down. Alright, next step is eyelashes. I have no eyelashes, so I don't even really bother putting on mascara. Does anyone else pay like $100 to get eye extensions and then only to rip them off? So I like to use mascara for the bottom lashes. Next I'm going to do my eyebrows. I like to extend them a bit because I have like no... By the way, okay, when I was young, I like plucked my eyebrows off, except for like a little like, just nugget of eyebrow. My mom didn't stop me and I'm still really upset with it. I don't know why she didn't stop me. Love her though. I like to keep them like a little straight. So I just use this to kind of define. Next we do under eyes. Guys, like even if no one watches this video, I'm having so much fun. I use this color, but it's a little bit light, especially in the summer. Then I keep it in the center of the face. Sadly, oh my gosh, my recording cut off, but I just contoured my nose with a cream contour. And I used Laura Mercier and I just put it along here, here, here. You know, maybe if you have any suggestions of something you want me to film or make, I'll totally try it out. I'm no expert and I am no beauty guru, but I'll do my best. And I feel like, honestly, it's so hard to like be yourself too in front of the camera because you just feel like it's just you're not talking to a person, you're talking to yourself, essentially. So next, I like to also contour with a powder. I know in American Beauty, they want to highlight and accentuate the cheekbones, but in Korean makeup, they tend to just keep the face a little rounder, and more youthful, so I don't really like to highlight my cheekbones too much. Some of you might be super offended at that, but so like this. Just make that chin a little. And one thing I like to do with the powder foundation I used before, it's a tiny bit darker than my skin tone, so if you have a lot of sagging here and here as you get older, I just like to put a little bit of the darker powder right here, just to help. You might not notice it on camera, but it definitely, because you know there's very bright lights here, but you notice it in person. I start with the lighter one, and I do it pretty widespread. In American makeup, they tend to use the blush to help accentuate the cheekbones, but in Korean makeup, it's a little bit more cutesy. It's kind of like the e-girl look almost, but not as noticeable. Actually, you know what? Often in a lot of Korean makeup I've seen, they don't even use blush. It's more like a trendy thing rather than like, you know, professional professional makeup. But, you know, right under the cheek, right under the eyes in this area, it helps create like a more youthful kind of look. If I'm feeling a little more dramatic, I'll add a little bit of darker blush as well. Just right in there. Just a little bit concentrated. So in Korea, it's really popular to have a gradient lip. I tend to do it a little bit differently. I just use Ruby Woo by MAC and put it in the center. Because I'm a person of color, I get a lot of pigmentation around the outside of my lips. And to just, it's great, but I want to kind of create a gradient, so I put a little bit of concealer. Just blend it out. Just one more time with the Ruby Woo. So in Korean makeup, often they like to just, the color tends to be more diffused instead of like just, there's not really like a bold line. Not always, but yeah. It looks more like that kind of like kiss look. I like to put it a little bit higher on my top lid than the lip line. It's kind of cute. Sometimes if I'm feeling extra glam, I like to put on KKW's brightening powder on the sides of my lips. Forehead. Chin. Lastly, I use Pat McGrath's highlighting palette, and oh my gosh, it's so nice. This pink one, and I like to use pink one. Lastly, setting spray. Alright, this is the finished look. I have a soft potato face, so I like to keep it a little bit cuter. But I'm so tired. It is literally, I think like 1 AM right now. It's the only time I can do anything because my precious boy, I love him so much, but he is super, super fussy. He loves people and he loves his mommy to be around all the time. So, I'm a little dry right now. I need to go sleep, but I hope you enjoyed it, and I know I look like a whole different person, but that's the point.